How's it going, everybody? This is Nathan at Kit & Equipment Company. We are Northern Kentucky and Greater Cincinnati's 5-paw premier Kioti dealer, and today we're going to be talking about the CK-SE Deluxe Series. So what does the SE stand for in CK-SE? Kioti doesn't necessarily do a good job of explaining what that SE moniker is. So we're going to go over it. From start to finish, here's every option a CK-SE comes with standard. Okay, starting from front to back. First we have mirrors. Next we have a set of armrests. The cab and the open station version of the CK both come with toolboxes. Next we have a little mud guard to keep mud from slinging off the front tires onto the operator. Next we have a push button PTO. If you look at a regular base CK series, they have what we call a live PTO driven by a clutch. So you have to engage the clutch, move the PTO lever into gear, and then release the clutch. On every SE model, they come standard with a push button independent PTO, so no stopping, no hitting a clutch. You push the button and it's on, you push the button and it's off. Another thing that's interesting about the push button PTO model, because it's electric over hydraulic, they can put in a couple features. One that comes standard is called auto PTO. What that does, it works with the 3-point hitch. So if you have auto PTO engaged, you can raise your 3-point hitch, it'll automatically shut the PTO off, and when you lower it back down, it turns it back on. The purpose for that is primarily for doing something in a row. So if you're tilling a row, you get to the end, you pull the tiller out of the ground, it turns off. When you turn around and sit it back down, it turns back on. So it's really just made as a convenience option, but it is standard on all SE models. Now this one's interesting, but if you look closely, on a regular CK, you're going to see an open hole under the suspension seat. They have the same seat, but on an SE, there's a metal plate blocking off that hole, so you can't drop anything and have it fall out under the tractor. Next, we have tilt steering. This actually has the larger dash out of the DK series on it, so it comes with a tilt steering column that you can lock in place. On all Hydrostat SE models, you have cruise control and you have a function called linked pedal. Linked pedal links the Hydrostat pedals with the engine RPM, both forward and reverse. Some people use that just as an efficiency thing and fuel savings when they're using the loader or doing a lot of forward and reverse movements. All SEs also have 2 sets of remotes standard. On a regular CK, you can add these kits, but the SEs come with a single detent and single spring type remote out of the box. So the Hydrostat version of the CK is exactly the same as the base model. You have a 3-range Hydrostat with a 2-pedal controller. On the gear drive, it's pretty different. You have a 12x12 synchronized shuttle shift transmission. The base CK has a 9x3 partially synchronized transmission. So you get 3 more gears, 9 more gears in reverse, and you have a convenient forward and reverse shuttle lever built onto the steering column. Finally, at the very back, standard equipment, we have extendable links and pin type check chains. So you can add these to a base CK, but they come standard equipment on here. So if you're looking at the cab version of the SE, it's only available in Hydrostat transmission. You can't get a gear drive version in a cab, you have to go to its bigger brother, the NS. Looking at the cab, it also comes standard with a lot of equipment. You have a rear view mirror, you have front and rear work lights, you have front and rear windshield wiper, as well as all the other stuff that a regular SE has. It's also laid out very well. Usually on a tractor this size, manufacturers don't necessarily do a good job of making everything easy to get to. Us Americans sitting in here might have a hard time fitting. I think you'd be really surprised if you sat in a CK. Everything is well laid out, easy to get to, you have plenty of foot room, and you can get in and out both sides if you have to. Some more options in the cab model have to do with the audio. So on the CK and DKSE cabs, you can plug your phone directly into the speakers without having to put the optional radio in. You have a 12-volt charger as well as a bunch of storage. They also do a good job on the rear of letting you open the rear window. That window does include defrost, and you have a good viewing window to see the bottom of your 3-point hitch. So it's really well laid out. So that's every difference between a base CK and CK-SE. Everything else, when you look at the two, are the same. They're built on the same frame, they weigh about the same, they take the same attachments. If you want to see more information on the base CK, you can watch our video on it here. The big question is, what's the cost difference? It's less than $2,000. So what most people find is if they're going to take a base CK and put a lot of accessories on it, that difference will more than pay for itself. So you can get a CK SE for marginally more or sometimes less than what that base CK might cost. For more information or to build either of these tractors to your custom spec and get a price, visit our website at kentonequipment.com or stop by either of our 2 locations in Northern Kentucky. Thanks.